best characters in Marvel Contest of Champions. I've gotten this gotten this question so many times, and I just wanted to make a video. Before, I was thinking, why am I going to make a video if we all don't have the same characters? Obviously, some newer players may have certain characters. So what I thought about is we're gonna go over all the characters, and I mean all the characters in the game, and I'm gonna tell you why they're good. Of course, you might not have the same character, so don't try building the team. I'm not going to give you a team, because obviously you can't get some characters that I have. So this is going to be a really long video, or actually pretty long. Hopefully it won't be long, but I want to go over everything, because I noticed some videos that other people are making. I noticed they're just going for the super. Of course, when I was beginning, I was going for that as well. And I slowly learned the more important stuff is not the super. Super is secondary. I mean, especially in the events where the enemy will do the super if you keep on trying to go for super too. So I'm not gonna talk about the super. That's secondary to me. And also, I want to note that I'm a fighter, so I want to actually, I want to go on in there and fight. I'm not a blocker. I don't play defense. So, most of my recommendation would be offense. If you're a defense player, of course, you might not agree with my evaluation, because obviously you're defense, right? You like defending. Well, I'm offense. I like fighting. So I'm just gonna go in there and dash and like battle and fight, kind of dash back, and hopefully they hit us and I hit them. I'm not going to go into battle, though. But I'm just trying to let you know that I'm offense. And hopefully, most of my viewers are like offense. But I know there are players out there that are defense, which picks high defense characters and kind of defend a lot, or focus on defense. Alright, so going on in here, I'm going to start off with DRAX. And this one, I'm going to say that I don't like this character. He's slow. And his kneeing, there's a glitch right now. But if you have this character, and this is your only character, your best character rather, what you want to do is focus on the second attack. Of course, I don't know what is the third attack. Actually, let me go into the silver one. I'm not going to talk about, of course, well, I'm getting lost a bit. But if you have a silver one, you could like forget my evaluation, because the silver one is going to be better than the bronze one no matter what. So if you have like a gold one, stick with the gold one, or stick with the silver one. Alright, so let me just go in here. Alright, what you're aiming for is the second attack and the third attack for DRAX, because they have bleed, right? The first attack is nothing special, and I wouldn't aim exactly for the third attack. I'm going to talk more about the event, because I don't really care about the story, the quests. The event, the reason why you don't want to wait until super is because if you do super, you're gonna probably make the enemy do super too. So anyways, the bleed is really nice for both the super as well as the second attack. Now gonna go on in here. RONAN, this one is like THOR, and I like this one. This one has a chance to stun, which is really, really good. I like stunning the enemy, but he's kind of big and slow in my opinion. I don't use this character that much, but if I had to use it, I would stick to the first attack and the second attack, because they can stun. But the third attack has 100% stunning too. Unfortunately, it's not here. Now we're going to move on. Storm. I don't use this character that much because she's kind of slow and she can miss. Alright, I want to go back to RONAN. The thing is, with RONAN, this one, the first attack, the thing is, you got to be right next to the opponent. You lock him in the corner, and then you use the first attack. Don't do it from a distance. The thing is, they can dodge it. The second one is undodgeable. So that one, you got to consider that if you have that as your character. Storm. I don't like Storm, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I beat her many times. I hardly use her. Her kick is kind of slow. And her first attack, I know that she can stun, which is good. Also good. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't use her. But if I don't have a choice, I would go with the second attack, because that attack has a better stun rate and is stronger as well. and it's undodgeable. The first one, other people can dodge it, the enemy can dodge it. Thor now. Thor, I know a lot of people like Thor, and he has Ragnarok, and which is also a good trait if you have him upgraded. I do like Thor, and again, just like Ronan, I would use the second one because that's undodgeable. It goes across the screen, and I'll use his super as well. Unless I'm about to die, then I'll use the first one. Let me go back. Winter Soldier. This one, I don't like him that much, and the reason for that is 2 of his attacks you can dodge. Well, actually, 1 of his attack. The first one, the ending hit is a bullet. He shoots his gun. You can block that, but you can dodge his first 2 punches. So that's why I don't like about him. But it does have a chance to bleed, which is kind of good. The second attack, that you can dodge fully. And that's why I don't like it. You gotta lock the person in the corner, or at least be really close to them and punch him out. Of course, the final one is a nice attack. I would focus on using the super for this one. I wouldn't focus on the first one. Even though it bleeds, which is good, I wouldn't focus on that one. Definitely something I wouldn't focus on. Abomination, I don't like this character, but it's up to you. If you're stuck with this character, he does have poison. That's the thing that is kind of good. And for this one, I would never ever use the first attack. You should focus on the second attack and the gamma bomb, because the first attack has a really high % chance, unless you're dying. I think I used them once when I was like, oh no, he had like 1 health and we had like 1 health and then I have 1 bar. So I just used the first attack. If you're in that circumstance, use your first attack. But it's really easy for the enemy to dodge the first attack. I don't like it, that's why. Juggernaut, this guy is crazy, and I believe he's going to be nerfed in the next update because his unstoppable is just madness. It's completely madness. I think he's going to be nerfed sooner or later. And he is an attacker. Of course, all of his first attack and second attack, you can block. So you can, no, not you can block, you can dodge. You can get out of the way. The first attack is it's a bit further, but the second attack, you could definitely dodge. If you swipe 2 times away from Juggernaut, he will miss. So you're going to have to be beside the opponent, or at least close to the opponent when you're attacking. Of course, the super is a really nice one as well. No comments about this character. I think it's awesome. I think you should level him up. But I do not know what's going to happen in the next update, because I know that I'm pretty sure they're going to nerf him. His unstoppable is crazy. Alright, up next, Black Panther. I'm just going over the 2-star cards if you're wondering. This one. Now, if you're really stuck with this guy, I'd just aim for super. I don't like the first attack. I don't like the second attack. You can dodge both of them. I just aim for the super. Yeah, I mean, he does like one of those uppercut kind of things, but I just don't like this character. I don't know why. And I don't have him upgraded. I don't know. I mean, he's cool in the show, but most of his attacks is physical, right? They need to be beside you. So that's why I don't like this character. And his super is okay. I would just go for his super. If you have this character and you're forced to use him, I'd say stick with your super. And all of my evaluation, if I didn't say this already, is based on the arena, the events. I do not play the quest that much, and I don't care about the quest, actually. Alright, moving on. Scarlet Witch. You know what? I don't like Scarlet Witch. It's just that she's not that strong to me, and well, the good thing is her attacks, she can attack from the across the screen. And I'll just go with the super again. She does have the ability, she has a special ability that drains your power level, your energy, whatever you call it. That power thing that you can use super. It could drain the enemy and yours, which, it's good and bad depending on how you look at it. But if you're stuck with Scarlet Witch, I'd go with super again. Of course, the second attack is semi-good if you catch the opponent off guard, but I would just go with the super. That's how I would fight. RHINO. To be honest, RHINO is similar to Juggernaut, except the only thing I don't like about it is he doesn't have unstoppable, and he has no special abilities. in my opinion, I'm not a fan of RHINO. I know some people are a fan of RHINO. I'm not a fan of big characters in general, unless they're like super overpowered. But if you're stuck with RHINO, like one of my other games, I would focus on super again. Yeah, I would focus on super. First attack isn't that great. It just jumps up. Again, the first attack is generally used when you're about to die, and the opponent has like 1 health and you have 1 health. So RHINO, I have no opinion. You know, it's nothing special. It's not like someone I would definitely place my bets on. Up next, we have Star-Lord. This guy is nice. I like this guy. I like his super attack, and I do not like his first attack. So I'd go with first. I'll go with second attack and third attack again because you have bleeding, which is great. So if you're stuck with Star-Lord, then I guess you should go with him. Alright, up next, Punisher. I don't like the Punisher again. I know he was hard to get. The thing is, he's just like the Winter Soldier. I have no opinions on him. He's fighting there and stuff. His second attack, you can dodge. His first attack, you can't. Well, you can dodge, but you can't dodge the bullet. That's about it. And then when I'm fighting him, I always try to knock him into the second bar, and then try to get him to use his special. And that's about it. So no comment about Punisher. Nothing special. I don't like him. I don't hate him. He's just there. Now GAMORA, she is, I don't know how, she is a fighter. She is amazing to a certain extent because how she fights is really quick. And I'm an offense fighter, right? So I go there and I'll keep on kicking and then dodging and kicking. It's just, you know, she's a quick mover. And it's just someone I do like. But the thing is, her defense is really, really weak. You don't want to be blocking with her. If you're a defense player, I'm sorry, but you cannot use her because a couple of blocks, you're probably going to be dead. You have to be locking the opponent in the corner and then keep on hitting them until they die. And she is strong. I like her strength, and she has the assassination. This one is also really nice. I mean, she actually killed me a couple of times. But if you're a defense player, you cannot use her. Also, what I like about this character is the bleed. Usually, I go for the second attack or the first attack because it bleeds. And then I would go for the third attack. All of the attacks I like. But other than that, I mean, I'm just saying that, you know, if you play defense, I don't think you're going to be able to block a lot, especially if you're in events. And then the enemy's like, you know, 1,000 power level index or power index higher than you, and you're like, ah, boy, this is not happening. Yeah, so defense is not really good for this character, but offense is definitely amazing. If you play offense, you'll probably like this character, but she's weak on defense. And I would use the first attack and second attack. Of course, I would always go for the third attack, if possible, depending on the enemy stats. Hulk, this guy, you know, although we have Hulk Rage, I've never seen it happen. And again, I like Abomination, nothing special. I'd focus on using Super or the Thunderclap. Colossus, this guy is a defense. He is like, the thing that is good about this character. Oh right, let me go back to GAMORA. I'm sorry, I missed out on this one. If you're using GAMORA, do not try to. Well, if your character is GAMORA, and then you're selecting which opponent you want to fight, do not pick Colossus or Vision because they can't bleed. So you're gonna die really quickly. So, anyways, that's something I missed. But for Colossus, again, he's immune to bleed. That means that if you're battling, you should pick somebody that bleeds, like GAMORA. And here it is, Unstoppable, Unbreakable. I focus on using the Super. The other moves, I don't like a lot. They can dodge it easily, and they're not powerful, not that powerful. This is a defense character. If you like defense, definitely use this character. And this character can become pretty strong. So you probably want to have a character like that. Iron Man, you know, I like Iron Man. I like Tony Stark. I like all the shows. But I don't like Iron Man here. The thing is, he's really slow in my opinion. Just like Colossus. I don't know, their movement is slow. It's not like Gamora. I'm a fighter, I'm an offense type of person, so I like speed. And Iron Man is sort of slow. His attacks, his special, the good thing is no matter where you stand, he can blast you. I mean, you can blast them. So that is something that is good. Whenever you do break the person's armor, you want to dash forward and knock him to infinity. You don't want to hold back because the armor break is very important. Other than that, I like the Avengers, but I definitely wouldn't spend my ISO 8 trying to level this character at level the second star. Cyclops. Whoops. Alright, Cyclops, this guy, I don't like Cyclops a lot. I mean, his first attack is kind of, I know it's kind of like Iron Man. It goes across the screen, the second attack, and it has armor break. But I just don't like him. I don't know why. It's just that maybe because his block is kind of weak, in my opinion. And I don't like his block. His defense, rather. But if you're stuck with Cyclops, what I'd focus on is the second attack and the super. That's about it. Oh, I forgot to mention, Iron Man has that armor up thing, which is really good. Spider-Man. I used to like Spider-Man. I mean, he's a quick fighter. But the thing is, his special, his bonus signature ability is evade, which stinks, in my opinion. Depends on how lucky you are to block the person's special. But, you know, he could have been given some other stuff. What I do like about this character is that it has critical hit rate, so it increases critical. Also, it has armor break, which is really nice. It's a really good combination. It reminds me of Iron Fist. Essentially, if the armor is broken on the enemy and you have critical hit up, you want to knock the enemy into the air, or, you know, do an infinity combo kind of thing. You don't want to hold back. But I wouldn't level this character like if I had ISO 8 because, you know, he's not that important. He has no special moves that I like. Now, we're talking about looking at the Black Bolt. This one has immunity to poison and is a good stunner. You go for a super. The second attack is a spinning attack. I like that one. So whenever the enemy's health is getting low, I would use the second one to just finish them off. But first attack, I don't like that much. It's the beam in the air. Kind of reminds me of Vision. Iron Fist. Alright, you can't say this guy isn't a fighter. This guy is a fighter. He has like armor break and also a lot of amazing stuff like punches and kick. I gotta say he's strong, but he has no bonuses on his attacks. But this guy is strong. Obviously, he's a good fighter, and whenever you get critical hit, you can really knock the enemy like to tomorrow. And what I would use is this one. You can block though. That's the thing. Well, you can dodge. I use the super. His super is kind of, I don't know. His super. Actually, you know, come to think of it, I wouldn't use anything. I'll just punch the enemy to infinity with regular attack. And then if I did have a super and I was forced to use it, then I'll use a super. But I wouldn't waste or risk a chance of the enemy blocking my second attack or first attack because it's easily dodged and blocked. And it's kind of slow. So I would just punch the enemy and just lock him in the corner because I'm an offense type of person. I don't block. So I would just continue punching the enemy. I wouldn't even consider using the specials unless I really need to. Wolverine. This guy has healing factor like crazy. Or healing. And the thing is, I don't know why the enemy's healing is so much better than mine. Especially when they're lower. I'm healing at 17. They're healing at 40 something. I'm like sitting there. Is something wrong here? Wolverine, his first attack, I would definitely not use. I would use his second attack and super. That's about it. Nothing else here. He can bleed as well, which is good, but definitely not good at with facing Colossus or Vision. So, you know, I wouldn't pump ISO 8 in here unless I had like an upgraded character, but you know, his healing is okay. You know, it's not bad. Alright, Vision. What we're looking at here is Vision. A lot of people don't know how to use Vision. and literally, I mean, don't know how to use vision. They have vision, and there is a reason why the developers made the gold vision only available for $100 for a limited time. The thing that is good about vision, what you gotta remember, when you're using vision, don't try to go for the super or the first attack. Because I notice people just keep on hitting, and they've totally neglected the second attack. The second attack is the kind of hammer fist down he does. I know that one can be dodged easily, but if you know how to lock the enemy into the corner, this vision, the enemy hardly blocks the super, and that's because if he does the punch, right? First you do swipe, 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 and then tap, 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 and then you immediately, when you get to second bar, you press the power crush, which is the second attack. It takes 2, and depending on your vision, I think the bronze one took 2.5 bars off the enemy's power bar, and he was at max super, right? So that is good. And I don't know, I see people just waiting for the super. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to be doing that. I mean, why are you going to do super? After you do super, the enemy is going to do super, and then you're dead. So the second one, what you want to do is, if you're punching them. I've beaten a lot of high-level characters from 3,000-ish with my gold vision, and my gold vision is like 1,200 something. So you get a sense of how strong he is. If you know what you're doing, lock the enemy in the corner, and then once they get to super, power crush them. It'll go back down to like below 1 bar. And then you just continue doing that. They can never use super. Yes, they can use the first attack and second attack, but if you're good, you can dodge it as well. So vision, definitely a character I would invest in. Unfortunately, some players might not be able to use vision because they're not offense like us. But Vision is a good character. I like Vision. I know some people don't like Vision. Also, what's good is bleed immunity. So, he's invincible. I mean, to bleed. If you're fighting a character that's going to bleed you, yeah, that's not happening. The other character that is also good is Colossus. Of course, he doesn't have power drain. So, you're going to have to be careful with that. Now, up next, Hawkeye. I saw somebody just fighting not too long ago, before doing this video. That's why I made this video. I don't get it. The thing is, the best move for Hawkeye is the first attack. Yes, that is the first attack. And I see people fighting, and they level it up to like the super, and then they use the super, and then the enemy uses the super, and then I'm like sitting there, why would you do that? The first attack is the best attack, and you don't want to use any other attack unless you're forced to use another attack. The reason why the first attack is the best is because it has power drain. It's that simple. Just like Vision, you can stop your enemy from using super. I know that if you're playing quests, you probably won't worry about it that much, but if you're a hardcore player and you go into events, you want to keep the enemy from going up there with their power bar. So Hawkeye is definitely someone I would invest in, and I think I was like, what was this, 400 something? No. Alright. I have a silver Hawkeye. Yeah, my silver Hawkeye was 400 something. I beat somebody like 1,500 in an event just with Hawkeye. I just power drained them. Second attack, I don't like so much. And third attack, of course, if I was forced to use the third attack, I would use the third attack, but I would keep my bar low. I'll keep my bar at level 1, and I'll just continue power draining them. Of course, we are offense, so again, I wouldn't know what a defense person would do. You see, the difference between a defense and offense is defense, you continue to hit the enemy until they die. The offense is kind of like, they're defending, and they're focused on retaining health, and then use your special whenever possible. So I like Hawkeye because I'm defense. I just go punch the enemy, and then once I'm done punching them, their power level is up, because their power level goes up much quicker when I punch them. So so having power drain makes it that much better, because no matter how much I punch him, his power level is going to go back down. Alright, I'm just going to go in here and show you how I use Hawkeye as well as Vision. Hopefully we get some difficult characters for first two. Maybe not too difficult. I don't want too difficult. Let's pick this one. Let's fight Cyclops. Oh boy. That's not Cyclops. Well, that stinks. Alright, so our Hawkeye is down. Now I'm going to show you how I do this. Alright, as you can see, I'm a fighter. And I slide back and then I punch him again. Of course, the enemy might do super. You gotta be careful of that. Once I get the first bar, there, power drain. Alright, so that one I should have blocked. Of course, you notice I'm a fighter, so I just keep on punching. You gotta be careful. Keep on watching the bar. Whenever you see the bar, their bar go up to like green, that's your time to actually prepare to block. Because they're gonna do super sooner or later. Alright, controls are a bit messed up. Again, there we go. So, that's what you're supposed to do with Hawkeye. Now, the Vision one. I want to go in here with Vision as well. There are some other... I like Juggernaut, but I haven't leveled him up, and I'm anticipating he's going to be nerfed. Alright, you gotta be careful with Spider-Man. He's gonna do that webbing thing. I kinda knew that was gonna happen. Oh, you gotta hate his dodging skill. You notice that I have my special ready, right? What is he doing? And I power drained him right there. Of course, I usually don't use the first attack. It's because I knew that his health was down to like 1. So I used his first attack. And I'm not used to using Wolverine. It's just that we got him so many times as a duplicate. I was like, yeah, well, why not just level him up? Maybe his cellular regeneration will help out. Oh, there's one more character I missed. I forgot. We have Cap. Yeah, I definitely don't like Wolverine. He's good with bleed. See, Storm, you can dodge her first attack easily. Alright, second attack you can't really dodge. So you gotta get her to use it. Alright, maybe not that way. Alright, there we go. Now that she is done using it, I'm going to use our super. So that's what I do. You watch the power bar. It's very important you watch the power bar. Look at that. We weren't even blocking and we dodged Storm's attack. Alright, so she did it when I was close to him. That's why. But again, I usually don't use the first attack. I know that she's going to die. That's why I use the first attack. Okay, let's go out of here. I forgot to talk about Captain America. I like Captain America. I'm leveling him up right now, actually, because Captain America's defense is really, really good. Even though I'm not a defender, but he is also an offense. He's a defense. He's an offense. That's what makes him so good. Except the only thing is he doesn't power drain. He doesn't have any special move. The only thing he does. Let's go back in here. Where's Cap? All right, so there's Cap. The only thing he does that is good is that he's a good defender. Essentially, sometimes when you're blocking, it'll take off 0 damage. That's what makes him really, really good, in fact. Because of that, and you see, what you should do with Captain America is you go offense, keep on going offense, and once it gets to second bar, start defending. And the thing is, it will take off so little health that it probably won't hurt you that much unless the enemy is that, like, he's really powerful. But I like Cap. He's good. This reduces damage. And just remember the block, because if you don't block, that's going to be bad. That's going to be really bad, in fact. And as for Cap, I would use his second attack and super. Never his first attack unless, again, if I'm forced to use him at the end of my combo and he only has 1 health left, or the enemy only has 1 health left rather. But that is about it. That is my evaluation of all the characters, how you should use them. And I can't say which one is the top character, because obviously you will not have the same character that I have, but at least you know which one is at least the best in my opinion, or why they're the best and why I would use them. So if you have like some character I said, yeah, I wouldn't use them, obviously you wouldn't focus on that character that much. Anyways, that is about it for this video. Leave comments in the comment section below about what you think about my evaluation.